last week, at the end of the week, I was finishing up a 3-day juice cleanse. I lost 11 pounds in the 3-day juice cleanse, and then something happens mentally. You know, when you lose all that weight on the juice cleanse, I'm like, let's go, let's eat. And I went to Chipotle, and then I went to my new taco joint, Just Tacos and More. I ate there 3 times over the weekend. Then I went and last night ate at a hamburger place. So I thought, just for funsies, let me get on the scale today. 10 pounds, gained 10 pounds.
Stop it. What is
Johnjay.
like? You realize most people, 10 or 11 pounds is a couple of month journey for most people. Am I right? So how in the world, over days, it goes up and down?
I just told you what I ate.
I know,
but also in my brain, I know that I had when I did the 3-day juice cleanse last week, I didn't want it to end. You order the juice cleanse and you get the 3 days at one time. And I was on a roll, and I was like, man, I don't want this to stop, but I was done. Mm-hmm. So today I'm starting a 5-day juice cleanse. 5 days.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
I know. We'll see.
I know. By Friday.
Ooh, Wednesday.
No, you were fine 3 days, so by Thursday maybe.
What, juice hole?
Pizza, yep. Mm-hmm.
So, I guess because one thing, a little thing can trigger you, trigger me.
When your wife sent you a beautiful picture and you flipped out last week.
Sunset.
Yeah, and then you talked about
that's
getting
because I
a
was dealing with
divorce
dogs
and getting
over.
your own place.
No, that's juice hole. A normal person would be like, oh, that's a nice
There was
sunset.
a lot of other things going on. Dogs were barking at 2 a.m. I wasn't sleeping. So anyway, I'm going to try that freaking juice cleanse.
But the thing is, it's not. You're good doing the juice cleanse. It's after the juice cleanse. It's like you need to have a plan.
That's what we talked about. I
know,
literally
right,
said the most important part of it is planning your first couple of meals afterwards.
You're right. You are right.
So,
He planned them. They sounded delicious.
My first meal after my juice cleanse was literally a Chipotle burrito. Not a smart move.
No.
No.
And kind of rough on your tummy, actually.
And then my next thing after that was 3 tacos from Just Tacos. So then I was like, I've got to be smarter about that. I've got to actually. My plan is to have a whole lifestyle change. I almost want to go back to being 100% vegan.
Well, see, the places you go to, you can still eat healthy. Like at Chipotle, instead of getting a burrito, you can get a salad or a bowl. At Just Tacos, they have salads.
I know. And then last night, my son Jake's eliminating bread, and we went to go eat at this restaurant yesterday, a hamburger joint, and they have that. You can make it's easy. It's not easy, but you can do it. Mm-hmm. I just got to flip the switch,
Flip.
At any rate, so I wanted to go to bed early last night, but I got involved in the Tiger Woods documentary. Any of you guys watch it?
Yeah.
I forgot about it.
Well, the only first part is out, right?
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half long, and it's so good.
It's so good.
But it doesn't get into his drama yet.
Not yet. They
Did you see how it
tease
ended?
it for the second part.
It ends with the girl that broke up his whole world saying, "What do you want me to talk about?" That's how it ends, right? But up until that point, his life, which I didn't know anything about his life, really. I mean, I don't know anything about golf, but man, what a superstar that guy is, and his parents and the way they raised him, and I mean, the way he played golf. That dude was born golf club. You know what I mean? And he just played golf, and it's on HBO if you get a chance. I mean, as far as how to become a champion and the way winners live their life and what they think and their mentality, this documentary is unbelievable. Now, part 2, I don't know, because that goes south, right?
Right.
But that might have something to do with it, though, too, right?
Well, I think what's fascinating is, you see Tiger Woods, and he's like the GOAT, right? He is exactly what his dad wanted him to be. He transcends the game of golf. But the pressure that's been put on this one person from such an incredibly young age, you can kind of see why it was going to crash at one point. Because that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, but man.
His dad literally said, one day you are going to be bigger than Gandhi and bigger than Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That is a lot of pressure.
Intense.
That's too much.
And Johnjay, you're saying the way he was raised is great.
I mean, to me, I'm like, I wouldn't be able to take it. I wouldn't. It's
especially as
so
a
much
kid.
pressure.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't handle it at some point either.
He held it up for a really long time.
It's on HBO, and HBO does phenomenal documentaries. So if you check it out, it's just I thought it was just amazing. I mean, the last 15 minutes is when things start to go. They're laying out the pattern for what's about to happen. So
Do you know how many parts it's going to be?
2.
2?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm putting this gym in my house, right? And we have this painter who's coming to paint, and the gym is a little separate from the house. So he was painting. He could only come at night, so he would come and paint at night. And I guess one time when we were gone, it was windy here. I don't know, but it was a very windy day, or windy night. And the doors downstairs in my house blew open and set off the house alarm. And the guy painting was home alone, painting upstairs in a place not attached to my house. And the cop showed up. And, he heard the alarm go off. And so we found out about the alarm. And my wife's on the phone with the police. And the painter's there at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night now when the alarm went off, which is suspicious. Why is a guy painting at your house at 10 o'clock?
Sure.
So the pictures I posted were the cops going to get him.
Oh,
They're
oh
going
no.
up the steps,
Poor
right?
painter.
Guy.
And then the next day, my neighbor's house caught on fire. Not my house, my neighbor's house caught on fire.
Directly next to you?
Close, really close by,
Okay.
right? So, and that was a transformer that blew. And my other neighbors were sending me pictures. So I was posting that. And then the next day, in my backyard, a pipe broke and it was just flooding, shooting water up out
That's
of
how
it.
it happens every time you go on vacation. There's a water thing.
Yes.
There's got to
Oh.
be something to that. There's got to be some weird energy thing.
By the way, when the cops showed up, they brought in a cop dog, right? So they had to set the dog. They let the dog go through my house to see if there was anybody in my house. So the dog's like running through my house. But
Smelling like 20 dogs.
1,000 dogs in my house, so they had to take the dog and put it back in the car. And what's cool is that's one way to find out my kids don't do drugs, because the dogs would have come into my house and